Here we have a SAT math question. Okay, let's go the information. The equation 0.25 times C positive 3 times B equals to 72 represents a number of copybooks C and books B, each 0.25 inches and 3 inches thick respectively, that fit on a shelf. When the copybooks and books are placed on the shelf, there are no gaps left. Which statement is correct? Okay, here we have some information, and based on the information, we have to check which answer choice is correct over here. Okay, the first option, option A, says the total number of books and copybooks is 72. Okay, now, so to check whether option A is correct or wrong, let's understand the given information properly. So, let me consider the equation we have over here. In this equation, the question says 0.25 is the thickness of each copybook, and this 3 is the thickness of each book. That is 0.25 inches. We have thickness for one copybook and 3 inches thickness for one book. So, when the thickness of one copybook is multiplied by C, C means C represents the number of copybooks. So that means the thickness 0.25 inches of one copybooks is multiplied by the number of copybooks. Then this expression, that is 0.25 C, gives the total thickness of C number of copybooks. And the same here, 3 inches thickness we have for one book. It is multiplied by B. B represents the number of books. So when the thickness of one book is multiplied by the number of books B, this 3B represents the total thickness of B number of books. So add the total thickness of C number of copybooks and the total thickness of B number of books. Then it gives me the total thickness of all the books, that is the number of copybooks C and number of books B. So that is the total thickness of all the books is 72 inches. So this 72 represents the total thickness of all the books. Okay, but option A says the total number of books and copybooks is 72. That's completely wrong, because 72 gives the total thickness, but here option A says 72 represents the total number of books and copybooks. So that's wrong. So we can reject option A. Okay, now let's check option B. There are 0.25 copybooks on the shelf for every 3 books. Actually, option B says this 0.25, this number represents the number of copybooks, and this number 3 represents the number of books. So just now we went over the given information carefully, and we got it. That is, the 0.25 represents the thickness of each copybook, and this number 3 represents the thickness of each book. But option B says is 0.25 represents the number of copybooks, and this 3 represents number of books. So this is also wrong. Okay, now let's go to option C. The difference between the length of the shelf and the total thickness of books and copybooks is 72. Okay, so here already we got it. The total thickness of the copybooks and books is 72 inches. And also when we place these, the C number of copybooks and B number of books on the shelf, there are no gaps left. Just go over the information here. When the copybooks and books are placed on the shelf, there are no gaps left. So the shelf is completely filled by the C number of copybooks and B number of books. Since there are no gaps left, the total thickness of all the books and the length of the shelf are equal. Then the difference between the total thickness of books and the length of the shelf equals to 0. But option C says the difference between the length of the shelf and total thickness of the books and copybooks is 72. That's also incorrect, because the difference is 0. Okay, so option D is correct, because when the copybooks and books are placed on the shelf, there are no gaps left. So then the total thickness of the copybooks and books must be equal to the length of the shelf. So already we got it. The total thickness of copybooks and books is 72 inches. So the length of the shelf is 72 inches. That is clearly given in answer choice D. So the correct answer choice for this question is option D.